Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Serena and welcome to another video. Let's talk about how to fill the Nigerian Law School externship logbook. So let's go. At the Nigerian Law School, you'll be given 2 logbooks to fill for your chamber attachment and court attachment. During our time, the blue one was meant for law office, that is this one, and the green one was meant for court attachment. So basically, how do you fill your logbook? During my time at the Nigerian Law School, I had some challenges filling my logbook, and as a result of that, I decided to share how I filled my logbook. So let's jump in. So first of all, before we jump into today's video, this video was sponsored by ORIFLAME. ORIFLAME is a beauty company that sells beauty products to both men and women to enhance your natural looks and also sell quality products at affordable prices. So today I'm going to be telling you how to fill your logbook. During our time at the Nigerian Law School, we were given 2 logbooks, one for court attachment and the other for chamber attachment. But before we dive into that, if you haven't purchased my book on law school, The Drive and the Tribe, check the link in the description box. And also, if you haven't purchased my book as regards girl child empowerment, check the link in the description box. So now let's jump into how to fill in your logbook. So first of all, during my time, we did court attachment first before we did the chamber attachment. So the court attachment was spanned for a period of 6 weeks and the chamber attachment stands for a period of 6 weeks. If you haven't watched my video on how to study for the externship, watch that video first before you watch how to fill your logbook, because basically externship is basically more important for you to learn the rudiments of practice, but then for you to read and prepare for the exams. So now, how do you fill in your logbook? I will start with the court attachment. So I'm going to be reading directly from my logbook so that you will know exactly how to fill your logbook and what worked, because after the externship period you will resume school, and a week or 2 I guess you will have to write you have to do your portfolio assessment, and that portfolio assessment you basically write an essay about your law office placement, and also you write another essay too as regards a legal issue. I can't remember what it was called, but then we called it like you write a essay as regards a legal issue. So you will now write how it relates, you talk about the rules and how it relates to it. I can't remember so well, but then you write that, but I would talk about that towards the end of the video, so stay tuned so that you can get that. So now, how to fill your externship court attachment logbook. So this was what we used for court attachment, so I'll explain that. So now, how do you fill your logbook? Basically, our mentor signed our logbook first because each group had a mentor, so he signed our own. So on the first day, it was a public holiday, so we didn't write anything. So don't worry, don't be scared. I'm not going to go through the 6 weeks, but I feel like if I talk about 3 days, you will get what it is and what to know how to fill your logbook, especially when the courts did not have any season, when the court did not see basically what to write on those days. So let's go. So the first day was actually a public holiday. The second day was not a public holiday, so I wrote the time I resumed, the time the court sat, and also the matters that we had on the court list, as well as what each of the cases contained, like just in brief summary. Let's say this case was for hearing, this case was for mention, this case was for report of settlement, etc. So that was what I did for my externship court attachment. Then after that, I would now write the time that the court rose. You understand? I think in our campus we were given a particular time that we should only leave the court until that particular time. So, but then sometimes the court can rise before the time elapsed. So that was basically, so we'll now write when the court rose. So on the externship paper, let me show you something. With this first page is what you write what happened that day. Then the next page is your reflective opinion and comments, basically like principles of law that you were able to identify in the matter or the cases that were handled. So basically what I did was, on the first part, that's where I wrote my time of resumption, the cases that were handled and all of that. Then and I wrote when the court rose. Then the reflective opinion and comments, I wrote basically rules of professional conduct that were observed in court, and also legal principles as well. So that's what this reflective opinion contained. Then also under the weeks, you write whether it is week 1 at the top. Under the weeks, you write whether it's week 1, the day, whether it's a Tuesday, Monday, and the date. So that's what I did. That was how I was able to finish the court externship program. So basically everything that happened in court that day, write it, and it's going to be helpful for when you start practicing as well. You will start making use of them in court, like maybe taking a record of, let's say, your weakness statements and the likes, if you are going to practice law. Exactly, if you're going to practice law, so you need to like take down your weakness statements and the like. So it's actually good that you go for extension and fill your logbook by yourself. Don't copy people's logbook, because I know that some people last minute they are copying people's logbook. So don't be in that category. Get the experience yourself and learn 1 or 2. You understand? You get me? If you know, you know. Thank you very much. So then under it, there will be a place for where it will be signed by the judge, like honorable justice authorized officer. So the authorized officer can sign, maybe legal research and the like. So that was basically what I did for the 6 weeks. Now, what about those days when court did not sit? Those days, I never had a place where I wrote court did not sit. It is not allowed to write court did not sit. First of all, before court did not sit that day, what are the other things that you have been learning? Put it down. Did you read that day? Put it down. You can maybe write, oh, today for some reason or the other the court session could not hold, and write the reason why you feel like the court sessions could not hold. But then don't write that court did not sit. Write it that the court could not hold proceedings as a result of XYZ, and due to that XYZ, write what you read. Then on your reflection, write what you observed as regards the rule of professional conduct or the principle of law that you learned. So now let's go into court chamber attachment logbook. So chamber attachment logbook is a bit similar although different. Let's go. So now chamber attachment logbook, like I said earlier, my mentor signed, and after my mentor signed, this is the place you're supposed to fill in your details. This place. And also maybe here for like emphasis sake, but you can fill in here, you can fill in here, anyone you want. It's not really an issue, or it was not an issue at our time. But do what your lecturers told you, because obviously your lecturers at the Nigerian Law School have taken their time to actually explain how to fill in the logbook. I'm just doing the extra. Maybe you forgot something, I'm just reminding you. So now let's go into the chamber attachment. So chamber attachment, there are some days, it's not every day you go to court. It's not every day you go to court. So what in those days, what happened? You put them down. For instance, I'll read out my own for you. I think the first day was a public holiday as well, and I wrote it was a public holiday. Yeah. Then the next day, where we resume properly, I wrote the time we resume. I wrote the fact that we went to court for a matter, the court we went to, the time our principal's matter was called, the matter our principal handled, then there are times where he had seminars with us, talks with us, assignments. Yes, we had a lot of assignments. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the assignments. We had a lot of assignments during our court chamber externship. Then also all your assignments, make sure you keep them. All the assignment that the chamber is giving you, you keep them like in your file. Like you have a file for that. You just keep all the assignments there, so that during your portfolio assessment you'll be able to show them draft. Then on your own, practice draft, take it to your chamber, let them mark it for you, like literally mark it with red pen. I'll show you mine. Literally mark it with red pen, so that during your portfolio assessment you can still submit it. The exact time will close. Then also in your reflective opinion and comment, you write what you observe as regards the principle of law, maybe the rule of professional conduct and the like. So now let's go into the portfolio assessment. So basically, immediately after your 6-week externship, which is a total of 12 weeks, you will resume school maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks after resumption. Then I'm not certain about the time, please. You undergo a portfolio assessment, and in that portfolio assessment, this will be assessed based on your knowledge of legal rudiments. You will assess based on the amount of draft you were able to practice. That was based on my own assessment. Then also your presentation. You would also have a presentation of an essay, one that talks about a legal issue, and the other one that talks about law office management. So basically you're having 3 slides. So in our campus we were told to print out our 2 essays. That was the one on legal issues that we had to talk about RPC. I think my own was about I can't really remember. I don't want to give you people out so that some of you will not go and put 2 and 2 and still by this thing, because obviously if you're in my campus they catch you, so don't do that. So you get your own essay as regards the RPC you want to talk about, whether it will, okay, let me hint you guys, whether it will be compatible, engaging in business will be compatible with doing music. So I think that will do it, you get. So that was one of that was the legal issue I talked about, like partnership. Mine was regarding partnership. Then also you would do another essay that talked about your law office placements, because my law office placement was more of a sole proprietor. Yeah, my law office placement was more of a sole proprietor. So you talk about what sole proprietorship, talk about the nature of your chamber and the like. So that's how I was able to do those 2 essays. And the third one was the slide presentation. So in the slide presentation you would obviously, I can't remember what it was called. Okay, yeah, it was called portfolio assessment. I remember it was called portfolio assessment. So portfolio assessment, your name, then your chamber, the things you learned. I think there's a slide somewhere that would show, just search online, you just do some research online, you see it. So portfolio assessment will be the title. Then after portfolio assessment, next slide you talk about your court placement, everything you did in your court placement, how you were able to learn the kind of matters that was handled in your court. Then you move over from court placement, you move to chamber placement. You talk a bit about chamber placement, how you were able to handle yourself and the things you even learned, and your observation and your recommendation as well. Then conclude. I think that was what the slide was about. Then also your lecturers will also be interested about how well you have been able to know the law and all of that. I think that was where I learned that in the criminal matter, because I drafted a charge, and in my charge I made a mistake. Interestingly, I have this one is management and organization of law office, where I was placed. So the management and seats, I printed it out because they were told to print it out. So management and organization of the law office. So this is the draft. So during my portfolio assessment, like I was saying earlier, this was where my lecturer corrected me as regards my drafts. As regards my drafts, yeah, where I said that the complainant, like in a charge, that was the charge in a high court in Enugu State, I wrote that. Okay, so in a charge, I drafted a charge during my externship period assignment. See our assignments. Can you see the assignments we're given? See, and also they put in their own stamp, their chamber stamp. So that was it. So even in court, we were given an assignment as well, but that was it. So we couldn't get it from the judge before we left, but then our chamber assignment just covered up. So basically my lecturer corrected me. I drafted a charge in Enugu State, in a high court Enugu, and I wrote complainant as the party, like the state claimant, not complainant. I wrote the state claimant instead of complainant. So my lecturer corrected me that no, it's not complainant, it's not claimant, it is complainant. So that was it. That thing stuck in my head, like I never forgot it. When I saw charge in criminal litigation, just know that charge is one topic that you cannot escape. It must come out in criminal litigation. So that was where but then I'm not saying that I can predict the questions that will come out in bar finals, but for that one, it's stuck in my head. So by the time charge came out in my exams, I was ready, good at home and dry for charge. Yeah, so that was where I learned my mistake. So then see the assignments we were given: 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was it. 4. And see the foolscap everywhere. And see the foolscap everywhere was full. Then also there were times we were even told to do group presentations at the chamber and the like. So like what I was talking earlier, and also I forgot to mention we had attendance. So each extern would actually carry the attendance, because we have attendance and you must sign. So there is a group leader for each group. During our time, it was the first person's name that used to be the group leader. I don't know about now. So we had attendance. So please, you must sign attendance. And even during your externship, your portfolio assessment, they will ask for your attendance, and they will even cite itself. So then you ask also the chamber to please give you like a stamp on the attendance. So even in courts too, court externship, we had attendance. So that's just basically it too as well. So sign your attendance. So this was the essay I was talking about, where I was placed. This was the first essay. Then the second essay was about the law. Oh, I think it's here. Someone else is not here. But then we actually talked about illegal issue and the rules of professional conduct. By the time I was done with my portfolio assessment, my lecturers were really okay and they were impressed about it. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, comment with your friends in the Nigerian law school. Help a friend to help a friend to help a friend to tell a friend how to go through this externship. Trust me, externship is a time to enjoy yourself, chill and relax, and read your book. Learn what you need to learn, because what you practice in externship, you would actually continue it in real life. So bye.